With over 200 million downloads worldwide, Brawl Stars is one of the biggest mobile games of all time. But just like any other game, it's had its ups and downs, and today we're going to be trying to determine if Brawl Stars has been losing popularity since its global release in 2018, or if it managed to maintain a steady growth throughout the years. And to do that, we're going to be using a little tool called Google Trends, and of course, it's not 100% accurate to how many people are actually playing the game, but it does give us a good idea of how popular it is. But before we get into it, I've decided that I'm going to reply to every single comment on this video, at least for the next couple weeks. So comment something down below, anything, you could even spam a whole bunch of nonsense, and I promise that I will reply to it. I feel like I might regret saying that, but anyway, let's go and see if Brawl Stars is dying or not. Alright, so here we are on Google Trends. All we gotta do now is type in Brawl Stars on that search bar, and we'll get to see the graph of Brawl Stars' popularity as a search term. And boom, this is what we got, but before we do anything, we gotta change the region up here from Canada to worldwide, and the period from the past 12 months to the last 4 years, so we get the entirety of Brawl Stars' lifetime all in one graph. Now this is a little bit more interesting. It really shows us how Brawl Stars' popularity has changed throughout the years, and I want to talk about a couple key moments in Brawl Stars' life because at first this graph could be a bit misleading. Now it all starts around here in June 2017 with the release of Brawl Stars Beta. Now of course this was not the official game, it was just a soft launch that was available in certain regions and only on iOS. Since it's a new Supercell game, there's gonna be some hype around it, but since most people can't play it, that hype quickly died down until a whole year later in June 2018 when Brawl Stars was finally released on Android, still only in a couple regions, but it did get a couple new players and a small surge in popularity, but it quickly died down once again. And then something happened that would change Brawl Stars forever.
Brawl Stars is going global!
On November 14th, 2018, Brawl Stars' global release was finally confirmed, and in December 2018, the game was released to the world. And as you can expect, it did pretty well, getting more than 100 million downloads in the first 6 months, which is actually crazy. And for a year and a half, getting consistent updates, it continued to grow in popularity until May 2020 when Brawl Stars finally peaked, thanks to the old progression system being completely ditched and replaced with a new and improved system called the Brawl Pass. And let's not forget that March 2020 was also about the time that the COVID-19 quarantine started in a lot of places around the world, so that might have played a part in helping Brawl Stars reach its peak popularity since people had a lot more time to play video games. And sadly, it goes a bit downhill from there, with the overall interest in Brawl Stars going down all the way until October 2020, where I think it might have been saved by the addition of the map maker, which is a pretty big feature and could really help with the longevity of the game. So after seeing all that, is Brawl Stars dying? No, not yet at least. You see, if we compare it to other games like Clash of Clans and Clash Royale, who sadly have been dying the last couple years, you can clearly see that there is a downwards trend. But when you look at Brawl Stars, you can see that it's pretty consistent in comparison, even though the other two games were much more popular at their peak. And when you take a look at some other games that are considered to be pretty much immortal, like Minecraft, Roblox, and GTA 5, you can see that they also have their ups and downs. No game can stay consistently popular at all times. However, there are a few things that Brawl Stars needs to do if it wants to stay relevant for as long as possible. For example, the Brawl Pass system, it's great and it fits the game perfectly, but after only 5 seasons, I feel like it's already starting to get bland and repetitive, because let's be honest, the only exciting parts of the Brawl Pass are the skin you get at tier 1, the chromatic brawler you get at tier 30, and the skin that you get for that chromatic brawler once you reach the end of the Brawl Pass. But for the 67 tiers in between, the rewards are kind of boring, and I don't feel like there's enough to incentivize you to continue grinding the Brawl Pass, and not enough to look forward to when you're going up the tiers. If anything, I think Brawl Stars should take inspiration from Fortnite's Battle Pass, because it definitely played a huge part in making that game one of the biggest games of all time. In Fortnite, almost every new season of the Brawl Pass came with a new type of reward that made every new season feel like an upgrade from the last one, and helped future seasons build up and diversify thanks to the features introduced in seasons before. For example, Season 4 introduced progressive skins, Season 5 introduced sports, Season 6 introduced pets, and so every new Battle Pass brought some kind of innovation to the game, which is something that the Brawl Pass is kind of missing. So what kind of new rewards can Brawl Stars introduce aside from pin packs? Maybe an accessory for some of the brawlers, or maybe a guaranteed gadget or star power somewhere in the past, or maybe even some new type of boxes. Like, who said we have to limit ourselves to big boxes and mega boxes? Who said we can't have giga boxes that give even more rewards than mega boxes? Or maybe some brawler specific boxes that drop rewards for one specific brawler. or a treasure box that could give you a couple gems and has a better chance of getting you a new brawler. You see what I'm saying? The possibilities for new and different rewards are endless, and there could even be like a new tile for the map maker that's only available through the Brawl Pass. And that alone could build some extra hype around the Brawl Pass that seems to be lacking a little bit more with every new season. Now, moving away from the Brawl Pass, the feature that I think has the most potential of keeping the game alive for years to come is, without a doubt, the map maker. Now, in my opinion, a game, no matter how good it is, will eventually die unless it has two things. First off, good and consistent updates, which is something I think Brawl Stars already does pretty well. And second, some kind of creative aspect to the game that allows players to play however they want to play and allows content creators to make some interesting stuff centered around the game. And if you don't believe me when I say that a creative aspect is essential to a long-living game, take a look at the 3 quote-unquote immortal games we talked about before. Roblox allows you to customize your own character and create some pretty cool minigames. GTA 5 has some great mod support that allows the community to change up the game however they want. And Minecraft, well, it's literally a game about building. You can make whatever you want, and that's why I think these games have remained so popular for so long, because the possibilities are literally endless and it's hard to get bored when you can do so much. And that's why I think that Brawl Stars' map maker is so important and why it should be updated, because let's be honest, right now it's a little bit too simple and it's only scratching the surface of what the map maker could really be. So I truly hope that the devs are working on some changes right now, or else Brawl Stars could be some old forgotten game in a couple years. Now, if you've made it all the way through, please don't take this video as me hating on Supercell. I really do love Brawl Stars, that's why I built up a whole channel around it, but I'm just giving a couple suggestions that I think could help keep the game alive for as long as possible. But at the end of the day, I'm just a gamer and they are the game developers, so they know a lot more than me about creating successful games. But anyway, that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, and of course comment down below, because don't forget, I'll be replying to every single comment. And aside from that, have a nice day and peace.